Welcome back to Newsday. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Now, stakeholders in the Ilaje local government area of Ondo State are mounting pressure on the federal government to suspend the planned inauguration of the governing board of the Niger Delta Development Commission. The stakeholders intensified efforts at stopping the inauguration after the Senate confirmed President Bola Tinubu's nominees to the board. The stakeholders are saying that the board, as presently constituted, violates the NDDC Act on the rotation of the executive management positions. Now, to put this development in proper perspective, we're now being joined by the coordinator of Concerned Ilaje Stakeholders Committee, Akinola Gbonegun. It's great to have you on Arise. A very warm welcome,
sir.
Thank you very
much.
Now, I know we've given a little bit of insight, but I'd love to hear directly from you. Can you spell out the grievances that you have with stalling the inauguration of the NDDC board?
Yeah, if you look at the constitution of the executive management, it's against rule of law. It's against NDDC Act itself. The Act, section 12, subsection 1, says that there shall be for the commission a managing director, 2 executive directors, who shall be indigenes of the oil-producing areas and shall rotate amongst these states based on oil production quantum. The law has been in existence since 2000. We are in 2023 now. No Ilaje man has been MD. Rather than having Ilaje man as MD, if you obey rotation, you have a Bayelsa man who is repeating the position. Timi Alaibe was MD 2005 to 2009. You have an Akwa Ibom man as executive director of projects. Udo Mbozo, an engineer Okot, were executive director of projects as at 2001 to 2005. It was repeated for them in 2009. When Esiet Idinka was executive director of projects. So they are having the third shot. Some other states have not had a shot. Why should that happen? Mene Derrick and the other gentleman, Ogiri Tottenham, were at different times executive director of projects. Why are you returning another Rivers man as executive director of projects? We are talking about rule of law, which the government had variously canvassed. The president canvassed it during his inaugural speech. When he went to Guinea-Bissau, he talked about rule of law. When he was judged, by the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, he talked about rule of law. Recently, during independence broadcast, he talked about rule of law. He should leave it. Himself is a beneficiary of rule of law. Yes, the powers that be in APC had the intention of making Ahmed Lawan consensus candidate. Rule of law assisted him, assisted Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu should live up to that. So you don't bring up a crop of illegitimate people, send them to Senate, and ask them to clear them. There's a gentleman there, Ifedayo Abegunde, popular known as Abena. He is from Akure. The law states oil-producing areas, not states. In the same sentence, there's a position for states. So if you have so many qualified Ilaje people around, why go to Akure that does not have a drop of oil? He's a friend, but that's not the problem. It's not supposed to be. Why can we not follow the law as it is espoused in the Constitution? Why do we do things that are 365 degrees or 180 degrees, whichever, against the law? And we are not talking about all this. You go to Ilaje now. For 16 years, there will be no light. You go to Ilaje now, there is no potable water. A whole village was sacked. Ayetoro was sacked by Osun Surge. Where is NDDC? What are they doing? We should leave the law and do what we believe in. What is written down, we should obey it. Even Abegunde's name was not sent to the Senate based on the reading by the Senate president. But it was confirmed at the day of confirmation. He should have been screened. It wasn't. And we take all these things because we don't want those boys to go to the street and start messing up. They are saying, you people say you are intellectual, you are professionals, go and talk to government. Government is not listening. And it's so unfortunate.
Well, you've definitely stated your case, but you're also mentioning that the government is not listening, and clearly you're not happy with the state of affairs.
Not, yes.
So what are your next legal steps that you're looking to explore in order to potentially get what you're looking for?
The politics already heated. We don't want to further heat it. We want a situation. Look, we placed advertorials in 2 leading newspapers, The Nation and Punch. We wrote a confidential letter to the Attorney General mentioning the aberration they are involving themselves in. The senators, the last Senate, 3 senators representing Ondo State wrote the government that you should follow this law. Don't bring in people who are not legitimate into this. If we don't know what we are saying or we don't know what we are doing, those distinguished senators know. So if these things continue like this, the place is so bad. Imagine a whole community being sacked by Osunsoji. Is faced with water, but no potable water to drink. We know if you have an Elijah man, we'll force the man, whoever he is, to listen to the people. That's why they do it. They give it to Ondo State. They won't even give it to an Elijah man. They'll find someone else to give it to. First, it was an Owo man they gave it to. Now they have given it to an Akure man. It's not fair.
I'm just, if I may, based on what you're saying, that if it was an Elijah man that was put there, that you would definitely force him to, you know, to prioritize.
Yes.
But what is there a chance that you could make your objectives known to who's currently there? You said he's from Akure. Have you explored that option and it's been relegated to the background, or you're talking based on
before now?
assumption?
Before now, there were people. The people who were given those positions were the first 4 leading oil producing states by production quantum. Ondo State is number 5. The law prescribes rotation. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, go to 5, 6, and 7. Don't go back to 1 and 2 again. I mean, that is reasonable enough, but that's not what is done. Now, you talked about talking to the people. There was someone there before. Charles Ogumola, an indigene of Owo. We sat him down, we talked to him, nothing. The present man there is also there. These positions should not be used to satisfy political patronages. It's a law. If you want to move out of the law, yes, there is a new law now the NDDC law was amended to include another directorate, corporate services. That corporate services is given to the man from Akure, which should not be. Though we are not talking about executive director, we are talking about our right to produce the managing director, Elijah Lokon. Yes.
Now, very quickly, because we just have a couple of minutes left, it seems that there is a culture, of course, of appointees from non-oil producing communities. I want to know why you feel Elijah specifically is being overlooked.
Yeah, they are the people to answer that, because the law says something, they are doing something else. They are in a better position to answer it. But what I know is that it's a gross violation of the requirements of the law. And the government should not be choosing, be selective in what law to obey, what law not to obey. The government is deliberately disobeying the NDDC Act. It's an act of the parliament. So it's a strong one. We are talking because we know the present president. We were together as political activists, as democracy activists. So if it were to be the other people, we won't reach out the way we've been reaching out. Yes. When Muhammadu Buhari was there as president, they were doing whatever they like. When other presidents were there, they were doing whatever they like. Now, even this present president, when a position was offered to another woman, he requested that the man should step down. It's not their right. He did that. But when he became president, he's not talking about it. It's unfair. It's unfair.
Well, we certainly hear you and we wish you well. Thank you so much for being here, Engineer Akinola, Coordinator, Concerned Ilaje Stakeholders Committee. Wish you all the best. Thank you for being here on Wednesday.
Thank you very much.